Hey, everybody. We are back. Off the Shelf Comics is back. And today we are talking DCKO number 4. Warren, we have made it to issue 4.
Yes. On the day that it releases, this is brand new, hot off the presses.
Yeah, we did that with Night Fight last week too.
That's true.
So it's interesting, man. You get a bunch of theories, you think a bunch of stuff, and you go, I think this might be going in a specific direction. And then you remember that you're reading comic books. And for some fucking reason, it never goes in a direction that you think it will or that you want it to.
Yeah.
How did you feel about DCKO number 4? Overall.
Disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of stuff they were setting up with both Superman and Batman. They had a 4-issue series just for Batman, and none of that meant anything.
Well, let's see. I know that's what happened. We'll find out a little bit what happened in this, but I highly doubt that it's gonna end with just those two that are at the end. There's got to be something. There has to be something.
There's something of a hint in the prologue that has to do with Smart Guy Doomsday, but
that's the epilogue. Yeah,
the epilogue. So
I mean, the Time Trapper, it could be, but Time Trapper has been around for a while now. He's been around since like Superman 20 something, even before then, but he's been around for months now at this point in time, and he was on the Justice League's Watchtower for quite some time.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. It just felt like they did a whole bunch of setup for Batman just for nothing to happen with him.
Yeah. I felt the same with Superman. I mean, the whole time they would been kind of going out of their way focusing on Superman and him having to make a choice out of character in order to win the game, and that never came to. I mean, unless there's a bunch.
There's going to be more. There's going to be more. There's whole nother book. Like I said, I highly doubt the way that it ends here is how it's going to continue. There's just no way that that's possible. It's just not. It's not feasible for it to happen that way. So, I mean, we'll wait till issue 5 comes out and be the judge then. But for right now, you want to just get into this, man?
Sure, let's do it.
All right, let's get into this goddamn book. Lord, man. All right, here we go. We are at DCKO number 4, written by Scott Snyder, art by Javi Fernandez and Alejandro Sanchez. And it is called, what is it called? Trial by Absolute or Combat by Absolute, something like that.
Yeah, something along those lines.
He's in this absolute universe. And I, right from the beginning, I knew it wasn't them. Like, I knew it was not the people that we have, been seeing. And maybe it is an iteration of them, but it's not. It's really, really not. So I'll read this first page, and then we'll kind of just sum up the pages. We want you guys to read this stuff. So, we'll talk about it a little bit in depth at the end. But so it says, now we come to the penultimate battle, and the champions are ready, more than ready. Why? Because this round they're not fighting other champions. They're not fighting heroes, friends. No, they're fighting imposters. That's how they see this dark trinity before them. Younger, bigger, but imposters just the same. And the combatants of the King Omega tournament have fought imposters many times before. So we got Superman, Lex Luthor, Joker, and a very disgruntled Wonder Woman.
Yes.
But these imposters hail from the absolute earth, where Darkseid is king, his essence infused into every atom, every cell. And with this earth belonging to Darkseid, it begs the question, who are the real ones now? In this arena, there's only one way to find out. Round 4, fight. So right there, what did you think of that little opening right there? Because it's fucking bizarre, dude. It's like we know that's what it is.
Yeah.
You've been setting it up for so long. And to give us this, like, it's like we want you to see the absolute guys universe fight with the main universe, but we don't really want to give it to you.
And they shrunk Wonder Woman. Like, she's literally like 4 inches taller than Batman, and in this one she's now like a foot shorter. So yeah, I don't know.
It's just like, why tease the absolute universe fight if you're not going to give us the absolute universe fight?
Yeah. I mean, it would almost been. I would have preferred if it was like, we don't want to do this, but Darkseid's going to destroy our universe if we don't fight for him,
or
kind of deal or something.
Or more like they're just being controlled, and it's like they could see the good in them. They know, because at the end we find out something about the absolute universe. We find out something about the absolute universe in which I had the question from the beginning, like all the way back to the DC All In special. I've had the question of, well, if Darkseid created the absolute universe, how come there's just random people doing random things? Why are they not all like basically like what Final Crisis was like? I know it's not the anti-life equation, but they are under the control of Darkseid. He created all of this.
Yeah.
So it's like them having free will is very interesting. But chapter 4, Trial by Absolute. So first off, what do you think of the art in this book?
The art is good. It's not Mora, but it's still, I like the art. Good action, good placing. I mean, it was fun. I think the sizes of the absolute characters go, like Batman at one point looks like he's like 15 feet tall, but I don't know if that was just artistic choice or if that's him actually changing because of Omega energy. I don't actually know in this one, but yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I would hope that they would have kept, like, that's what I was saying. Like, they can't even keep continuity in their own lines. So it's like people think that I just love everything DC does all the time. Like, that's not true. It's not true. Like, I am very critical of things, but I'm not critical to the point where I'm not going to read anything. That's like an issue with people altogether. But let's get into this book. So they have them facing off. Superman's facing off with Absolute Superman. He's talking about what Superman is internally monologuing about what this Superman can do. It's like the energy. He's like the sun's energy. He could channel it through his gauntlets, but the cape is what really catches him off guard, because it's like, what the hell? It's like, it's like he could shape it, and it's like Kryptonian dust itself. And, it's like Superman is getting beat down because obviously he's got to sit there and just stare. There's another Superman. I'm going to let it punch me in the face. Wow, look at that. It's like when you mention, like Bucky to freaking Captain America in the movies, and he just turns to jello. Superman sees another Superman. He hears Krypton, and he's like, I just hate that.
Is that home dust? Oh,
yeah. No, let me sniff it a little bit. So Wonder Woman pulls off Absolute Superman before he just totally destroys our Superman. And that's when Absolute Wonder Woman comes in on her trusty bone steed.
Her bone Pegasus.
her steed bone. You're so stupid. Like, it's so dumb, man. Like, why?
With her Final Fantasy sword.
Like, why though? Why does it gotta be bones? Like, why? I get the whole hell thing and all that stuff, and everybody's touting Absolute Wonder Woman as being the most like constant, like consistent book. It's like, look at this right here. Like, look at what we are looking at. Okay, we are literally looking at Wonder Woman getting hit by another Wonder Woman with Cloud Strife's sword. on a steed made of bones. So, yeah. Then Lex Luthor faces off with Absolute Batman, and he's basically like, oh, this is just a Batman. And he's got enough energy for one last big pulse, even though it kind of doesn't make sense later in the book. And he's like, fuck it. I'll just, vaporize this Batman with elephant tranquilizers. And that just makes this Batman more mad. And he's like, I'm going to opt for plan B. And he's like, shoot him, Joker, shoot him. So the Joker shoots Luthor instead. Because of course he does. Like that is the only thing that made sense in this whole book. Yeah, Joker, don't you care about the world? Shoot him, Joker. Joker doesn't give a shit. Like he's already done what he wants to do. So what did you think about this, Warren, right here?
It's something. I do like the fact that Batman or Absolute Batman just like, I've got too much roids to go down with elephant tranquilizers, so I'm just going to tank through this. And Joker, I thought it was funny because, like you said, this is like the most Joker thing in the entire, like the most, like the realistic thing of the whole book when it comes to these characters. And he's just like, hey, no.
Yeah, why would they think that Joker would do anything to help them at all? Period.
Yeah.
Like it's like, how stupid do we get here? So I have it on double pages, so just letting you know. I have it on so we can see both at the same time.
Yeah.
And then Absolute Batman just looks at Joker. He's like, well, I want to switch sides. You can't switch sides. Then you'll lose your chance to win the King Omega tournament. Which absolutely means nothing, by the way.
And so they just make him a parademon. Like, okay.
Yeah, they're like, the dark side should have 4 horsemen, not 3. And they turn his face into the Batman cartoon, if you remember that, where like Joker had like big dreads.
Oh, yeah.
And I like that cartoon.
I did too.
Like, I love it. Booster. What are these? Who are these beings? What is the meaning of this, Booster? Like, what do you mean? Why? Like, you actually think that's the real Booster Gold? Like, when did these characters become stupid? You know what I mean? Like, can't trust anything. If it's over there, maybe, dude, he's being used.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know.
and then this bombshell is dropped by Diana. Cal, when I asked Barda about the heart of Apocalypse, his weakness, she said that the heart, it corrupts.
Real? What? Really? Oh, gee, Willikers. Thank you, Diana.
That out. This past like 2 releases with Night Fight number 4 and this, it's like, god damn, dude. No.
It started off so well too.
It started off very good, very good. And hey, I hope it ends well. We'll see. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt. They've burned us once with Night Fight 4. They burned us twice with this, and then
3rd time's a clearance.
And that's the only thing that we can, go by. And so Luthor's like, what are you saying? That we appeal to the gentler side of these, these creatures' gentler nature? It's like, no, dude, they have no gentler nature. They're doing exactly what they were born for. And what about you, Booster? What about you? Like, what? I just don't understand how none of these characters learn any lessons. That's one of the reasons why I hate continuity, right?
Yeah.
Because if you just take this as a self-contained story, like when they restarted it all in, and they set 0 and all that stuff, they can't think back in the 90 years they've been a character going, I've seen people act like this before, and it's usually because they're being controlled by an entity.
even Luthor's like, I would have never guessed it was you. You mean the guy that was tortured by Darkseid? And I mean, you guys can't figure out what's going on here.
Yeah, and he says, I heard from Grodd that we were betrayed, but I never would. So wait, Grodd was able to mentally, I know he's got telepathy, but mentally communicate with you while you were in this place?
Yeah.
What?
Send him an email.
Yeah, it's like, all right. Says, don't blame poor Booster. He isn't at fault. My will is undeniable. Oh my God, it's Darkseid, everyone.
What?
What? Like, come on, man. Yeah, he's nice to see you again, Clark. You jackass. All right, Horseman, kill them all. So we get a bunch of fighting, and you could see like their faces are turning like more Darkseid-ish.
Yeah.
And it's pretty stupid because like we get all the same stuff that we've seen, right? And it's like Diana's like, after all this time, I actually get to lasso an actual horse. I don't know if you have looked at that, Diana. That's bones. That's not a horse.
And why are you so excited about lassoing a horse in the first place? It's just
really wants to be a cowboy. She's dreamed about it. Yeah. Yeah, and this absolute Wonder Woman's well, guess what? Guess I have a lasso too, and it's called sacrifice.
It turns people into 5-headed dragons.
I'm so disappointed with this. I'm so disappointed with this fight. It's just and then these Supermen, they go at each other, and Clark scans them at the cellular level. And he's like, there's nothing there. All they know is what Darkseid knows. Oh my goodness. And then they collide. It says with the power of 52 megatons. 52 megatons. And they still have a surface to fight on. Good Lord. What are we doing? Like, Warren, what are we doing here?
I don't know. I mean, it has a lot of work cut out now for the finale. Like, dude, I just like, oh my goodness.
The third one was so good. It was so good, dude. Night fight number 3 was amazing.
Yeah.
Except for the end whenever Bruce's son turned into a Japanese animation character, grandson.
An extra from My Hero Academia.
So we get Joker from the Batman, just ripping out Luthor's kryptonite. We get more fighting, and then absolute Batman takes some of the kryptonite and then it looks like stabs him in the Superman in the back.
Well, after he puts it into his ear knife holes and then bull rams him instead of just sticking him with it. Like,
yeah. Yeah. He takes out his ear knives, puts in the thing, and he's like, and then fucking, it says shunk. He shunks him in the back. Why not just stab him? What are we doing?
That's how you get neck injuries, Batman.
That is very much how you get neck injuries. I don't know. And then we go back to this whole thing, and I'm disappointed that they put the game thing back in there, because it's like that meant so much to this, and it was so cool how they did it, and it's wasted on this, because basically what it is that Bruce over here in the game, he takes out Superman, and they're like, nice sportsmanship, Bruce. It's like, what? I didn't see him there. He's like, yeah, you've been cheating all game. And he explains that he's not really cheating, right? Because he's not using a bat gadget. He's went to, in his training at Kathmandu and other places, he went to the senior monk of dice, you see, and he knows the imperfections in a die, so he can always roll what he wants. So it's not cheating. It's called being Batman.
which kind of sounds like cheating.
Kind of sounds so dumb.
Oh,
Yeah. And then right before that, it's like Superman's telling Absolute Batman to wait, and then we got Joker over here. He's like, let me do it. That's actually Joker saying, wait. And he says, let me do it. I've always wanted to kill a Superman. And that's when suddenly they all feel something. And someone is coming back into the competition. And Joker feels it most of all. And shapow! Bang! Right through Joker's chest. He's dead as shit. And that's when we get our Batman is back. Just amazingly back.
hello, old friend.
Yeah. So we get Batman back. He's like, how they kind of explain what happened in Night Fight, and it was like, oh, so I went through heaven and hell as punishment for cheating. And he's like, you mean punishment for being Batman? Call back to the last page you read. So yeah, who's the kid? They're Darkseid. He's Darkseid. They're all Darkseid. Then go get him. Oh, I'll take this one. Let's do it, rich boy. And it's like, this is one of the dumbest things ever. He's talking about how he's fought a lot of Batman. He said, but this is the ugliest bat symbol I've ever seen. Way to like make fun of the only comic that's selling. Like, I don't get any of this. And then, Absolute Batman bends over, and then shink starts happening, and all this red, like it's Omega energy. And then all of a sudden he's 9,000 feet tall.
Yeah. He's like the Hulk.
How's it looking now? It's growing on me. Let me put up. Who puts up their fists to a fucking walking skyscraper? Like, God. All right, you want to take over from here?
Yeah, he dodges his attack, and then he does the classic. You've got something on your chest, and it looks like gas bombs, but that doesn't really work out too well for him because Absolute Batman takes him with his cape fingers and just crashes him into a wall.
I do love the cape though.
Yeah, the cape is pretty cool.
It is pretty badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we go back to Diana, and she's mentioning that she's getting tired and that the champions have to end this soon. And she just punches Absolute Wonder Woman out of the dragon, or she punches its head off, and then she turns back to Absolute Wonder Woman without her arm.
Which is weird because it's like, she's flying around there, and it's like, did you get into your invisible jet then?
Yeah.
Or
I don't know.
You could just fly, I'm assuming, like now. Like, so I just always say that because I'm sure there's an explanation that it's a long ago that she could just fly now. But I always just say invisible jet and look at the things she does.
Oh, go ahead.
Basically, yeah. So she punches the head off or something, flies through it, and then Absolute Wonder Woman is there and is like, there is only him, sister. There is nothing more to us. And he is nearly here. I thought he was there with Booster. But apparently not.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with all that, but
yeah.
Then we switch over to Superman fighting Absolute Superman, and he mentions how he's starting to feel it too. His strength, he hits him with this big eye blast, and his cape gets all dimified. And then he realizes that he needs to go after Booster, a la Darkseid controlled Booster, and then gives him the old Clark right hook, and then it breaks Darkseid's control or concentration on the Absolute characters, and then they're all coming back now, and it's like, we're free. It was a nightmare, like being a passenger in my own body kind of deal. And then everyone seems to be getting along. Then Luther comes in and tells him, like, you didn't free them. He just let them go. And then this beautiful 2-page spread.
Well, before we get whenever we go, before we go to the next page, let's like give each other time to talk about what's happening here.
Yeah.
So it's interesting because it's like they get freed, right? And they know each other. So that was right there an inkling to me that they were not just plucked from the universe that we've been reading at that point in time. Because at this point in time, we know that Batman knows Wonder Woman, but they hate each other. Absolute Batman and Absolute Wonder Woman. And Absolute Superman says, I think so, Batman,
And he's not met either one of them, has he?
I don't think so. I'm not positive. Yeah. I don't want to say 100% for sure. I have the newest issue. I haven't read it. But they're like, oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. He says, you could thank us by joining the fight to defeat Darkseid. And Luther's like, joining the fight. Look at you. You think it's that easy? What are you saying, Luthor? I'm saying you don't free anyone, fool. He let them go. And it's like, well, why? Why did he do that? And then that's when we get to this amazing.
Why does Superman have all these speed lines around him when he's just telling them? Is that just like his charisma shooting out of his face? I didn't quite.
I don't quite understand.
Because it's like,
no, it's yeah, I know. No, it's the heat vision that I remember Absolute Superman was inside that crystal thing.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay,
so that's what it was.
I got you.
But yeah, I thought this was the best page. The bottom part was the best page in the whole thing, except for. Go ahead. You tell them what's going on at the top here.
Well, this is the part where Darkseid makes his appearance. Apparently, crawling out of Booster Gold's mouth like some kind of weird human sack.
Like, what is happening? This is like Roger Rabbit and the Mask level of weird.
Yeah, like some kind of weird cursed Halloween movie or something. It's just, yeah, he crawls out and then eventually he's all the way out, but now he's like Godzilla size. And
for some reason. For reasons. Yeah. But
it looks good at the bottom panel. So
yeah. So it's like he's just laying there, and then all of a sudden we get the whole like, oh, that's Booster's mouth. Holy crap, what? And arms come out, and they're all just looking like, but regular Batman is just not fazed by this at all.
No.
You look at everybody, even Absolute Batman is like, what the fuck?
Nothing phases Batman.
And Batman's just like, I knew it all along. There was a Godzilla inside of Booster Gold. He was never that cool, because Superman's always like Booster, but Batman has always been like, oh, fucking Booster Gold, god damn it. So there we go, and we get, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, then it kind of mirrors the very beginning when Darkseid attacks, and then that's what they're essentially talking about. It's like the roll of the dice deal. They all go in for an attack, and just like in the beginning,
yeah, they're all dead except
they're all dead.
Luthor and Superman.
Yeah, and yeah, it's just, yeah, it's not much really else to go off of. I mean, I do think it's funny that Absolute Batman's like jumping at him with his axe, kind of like Matthew McConaughey in that Dragon movie.
Yeah, it's like it's just interesting. Like we're sitting there and say we're gonna do this all together, and then it's like, oh, the red fills the sky, red fills everything until they're all gone. Diana, the heroes from the other world, Bruce. It's like, okay,
all right, yeah.
And it's funny because it's like Clark roars, fighting through the blast, burning but alive, willing his cells to hold. What?
Oh,
So wait, Anthony has a question. It says, in Absolute Batman, how do they portray most of Batman's love interest in the comics? It's just him and Catwoman in Absolute Batman.
yeah.
It's just they portray it as a normal relationship. They're just they love each other, but he, it will always be Batman, and she thinks that it's kind of stupid for what they had her in when he was still going up against Bane.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's kind of what they do with it. It's not it's not very deep. They're only 16 issues in, so they really haven't had a lot of time. And I think Catwoman was only on starting on issue 14 or something
I
like that.
believe they announced she's getting her own book.
She's getting her own book. Yes.
Yeah.
She's
So
getting her own book.
maybe they'll dive into more, but they were childhood friends along with the whole rogue gallery was like childhood friends.
Yeah, it was like Bruce, Selena, Harvey Dent,
Cobblepot,
Oswald, Croc, Wayland, and the Riddler, Edward Nygma. Yeah, it was like he was friends with who his rogues gallery is in the Prime universe. So there we go. Here it is. We get this.
Yeah. He gets it mentions like maybe it's the Omega energy he accumulated, but apparently that means absolutely nothing. Or his son Knuckles. But he's just like, this is all you got. Then he notices Luthor behind him, who apparently was protected by just human shielding with Superman. And then we get
he's saying, "Come on, Luthor, let's do this together."
Yeah,
he's like, you heard him. He's waiting, and yeah, this is I hate this. I mean, I like it because of Luthor doing this, but I hate it in the sense of what the book was building. Yeah. And I that's fine that they go against it, but there better be a damn good explanation in the last book.
Yeah, so it mentions that Luthor had one more big blast left, and he uses it on Superman, and then Lex Luthor wins. He is the King Omega. The tournament is over, and yeah.
So the whole time they've been building to this, he's been left out, and Lex Luthor was one of the last people that they showed coming into the Absolute Universe in the Superman book. So it's really interesting. It's very, very interesting. And it's not as it's very dumb of the main characters to be this trusting, like with Joker and with Lex. Like, really, you didn't think Lex would do that? He's been telling you literally the whole time that he would do this.
Yeah.
And
he was telling that you would have to do something like this in order to win. And that's what kind of they were setting up, was like, Superman's going to have to do something that goes against everything he stands for in order to save everyone. And then it's like, well, no, he doesn't. He's just going to die. So,
but I mean, that's actually a kind of a good story arc, though, because like it's telling us like he's going to do it, but then he actually doesn't. And Lex, quote unquote, wins. But how does Superman come back? How do our heroes come back? Because obviously they're not done writing comics. So how does he come back? So do you feel cheated that you didn't get to have Superman do something like that to win? Almost the same as Batman in Night Fight. Not having to do that. Do you feel cheated?
I think it'll be easier to say after the last issue, because having Luthor win is a lot of interesting stuff that could happen, and having a DC universe post KO that is somehow influenced by Luthor can also be very interesting. We don't know exactly what his world would look like.
Well, it depends. Luthor is so obsessed with Superman that I could see him putting things all like better, all this stuff, but just without Superman, right?
Yeah.
And then it kind of being like what it was in 93, 94, whenever Superman had died, and the death of Superman. And that's where they got the reign of the Superman. And I know that the Superman comic book is supposed to be turning over to the reign of the Superboys. So I wonder if that's kind of what happens. We get a world without Superman.
Or even a powered down Superman who everyone in the world hates. And that puts him, and everyone loves Luthor. So that now Superman's like enemy number one in a world that doesn't really remember him in any other way except for he's a bad guy. That might be interesting too, where we see this Superman now facing where all of his friends, loved ones, family, everyone hates him and sees him as something that he's not. Maybe that'll be interesting. But according to this, we're still going to get to see, I guess, Luthor versus Darkseid is the kind of what the bracket showed.
I mean, that doesn't mean anything. Batman was supposed to be out day one. And I mean, I'm just going off of what DC Comics has announced with the reign of the Superboys. So Superman is taking a back seat for a while.
And this could be the reason why, too.
This could be the reason why. Like, who knows? We don't know. We'll find out. I'm sure there's going to be Superman in some way, shape, or form. But yeah, so this is where we get a prologue or an epilogue.
Yeah.
So it says, "Don't go. We're not done." So there's another part of this story you must know. And it says, before the contest began, before the champions fought to claim the King Omega, in a time of legion and darkness, a future world. So we got Saturn Girl here. It says, I'm going to read most of this because it's kind of important.
Yeah.
It says, "Are you sure you want to speak to him again? You remember what happened to that bouncing boy?" Jesus Christ. "That rubber fool thought he could handle the words of the final god and pay the price in blood. Only I can hear them and live to carry the message." It says, "Can you sense the false bravado in Saturn Girl's voice?" "Of course." The shake in her legs gives her step away. It says, "You called for me, King Omega?" And she has seen the worst in the universe has to offer. Whole worlds crushed under his grip, lives extinguished in a blink of an eye, souls erased. With a low sigh, madness is his mercy, and yet against every ounce of her being, she feels compelled to stand before. Dude, tell me that doesn't look like MODOK.
Oh, I was thinking the exact same thing.
Hey, what's up, Michael? How you doing, brother?
Hope now, is this... I was wondering when I was reading this, is this absolute universe Saturn Girl? And
well, yeah, it would have to be.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what I didn't know if this was like the future.
Well, it's not the future. It said it's before the tournament.
Yeah.
So like that's what it said. It says it. Let's see, it says right here, from before the contest began, before the champions fought to claim the King Omega, in a time of legion and darkness, a future world. So it's before the tournament began, but this is in the absolute universe. This is when he created this, because in the absolute universe, we met the Legion of Superheroes that was from the year 3000. So the Legion of Superheroes were in the regular continuity, are a group of young superheroes from the future where Superman had saved the world and all his goodness created this amazing future for everybody. And they became Superman's pals. They came back in time and Superman would, hang out with them. And he had a Legion of Superheroes ring that even if he was in a place where he wasn't powered, he could put on the ring. It would let him fly and all this stuff. Well, in this world, the Legion of Superheroes is the Legion of Darkseid. And in the Superman comic that's going on now, when Superman got Booster Gold out of the absolute universe, he had to fight against the Legion of Superheroes or Legion of Darkseid. And they had Superboy Prime came with Superman. And there was a whole big story about that. But the King Omega, the final god, Darkseid. You are correct. Do not be afraid. You will serve me well, Saturn Girl. So he starts talking about, he says, like, before I created this place, I was just a god, one of the many within the fourth world. So it's definitely the absolute universe.
Yeah.
He says, but I knew I needed to be more. That all destinies lead me to this direction. And he starts talking about, he's like, I killed and I stole, I destroyed what I hated and what I loved. Those Omega acts were not sacrifices. They were nothing in the grand scheme in the order that I demanded. Killing all of the celestial beings gave me the Omega energy to create a world in my image. And they showed that in the DC All-In special. Like, the first half was what happened to the Justice League, and the second half was what happened to Darkseid and how they came to fight. And then there was the rift in the Watchtower, and that's what Booster Gold went inside of, and that's why he was trapped there, blah, 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 all that stuff. He says, a reflection, he says, killing all the celestial gave me the Omega energy to create a world in my image, a reflection of Earth Zero with my presence in every cell. But this past moment you witness here eludes me. That point in their history, the present in their eyes is unwritten. So, like, we're seeing the absolute heroes right here, and that's what we're reading. He's talking about what we're reading right now.
Okay.
That's what he's talking about. He says their eyes is unwritten. My creations, they're resist. He says, like, my creations there that I created in this world, they're resisting. They retain free will from their destiny. And she's like, do you want me to go back to that moment and kill them? He says, no. Go to their near future when they are weaker and retrieve them. Do not engage with their present. So the people that we saw was from the absolute universe's future.
That would explain why Superman knew who Batman was then.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that's why, they didn't have all of this. Like, that's why they were acting differently after they came out of it, and Superman knew Batman. So they took them from a time that we have not seen yet.
Gotcha.
And she says, the walls between our world's timelines are strong. He says, this world is so much more than a time or a place. Indeed, it's more than just a world. He says, it's a weapon, one that I will use when the time is right. But first, I will use it to create fear within those who dare to defy me. And that's where they got the Legion of Superheroes right here. And they're going up against, the absolute people. So that's going to happen at some point.
Yeah.
And that's probably them getting captured in the future right here. That's them getting captured in the future to be brought back here. It says, may I present your horsemen, the heralds of your return, shadows of your creations, perfect for your Omega sanction to control. It says, you have done well, Saturn Girl. Now I can feel the heroes plot to challenge me. They believe they can build Omega energy as I did, control the heart of Apocalypse, crown themselves King Omega. Saturn Girl says, I will go with your Legion and stop them. Says, let them continue. Their efforts are in vain. As they struggle, they will merely fuel the fire pits of Earth and light my way back. You will instead find me a vessel to possess. And that's where she gets Booster. Says, of course, as you wish. You are my most loyal servant. You must be rewarded. Look into my mind's gaze, into its depths. She's like, I would never dare. I doubt I would even be able to process what I witnessed. Do it. Of course. So Saturn Girl cannot find the words to describe what she saw. It was more than the past, present, or future. It was beyond darkness. In that moment, she understood something, a single phrase that haunted all who heard it. It says, Darkseid is. So that's kind of what they were leading on in the Justice League book and all of stuff. It's a Darkseid is. He is one. He's always going to win. He's never going to lose in it. He always won, right? So that's what they were talking about in the DCKO book whenever they came up with the plan. and they were like, Darkseid has always won. Like, there's nothing we can do. You know, like we've tried everything. It's almost like the scene in the Infinity War where Doctor Strange is calculating the futures and how many times that they won. You know,
Yeah.
It's kind of, if you look at this page, it's that type of scene. It says, imagine not hearing those words, but feeling them within every cell of your being, knowing it's the truth. Saturn Girl saw that Darkseid would always win, that in the end there would be nothing. All of life, past, present, and future, are meaningless. There's only Darkseid. But for a moment, she saw a glimpse of something else, a light that shined, a creation of a different kind. So there we go. And that's the little shining ray in the 9 million bazillion, future outcomes.
Yeah.
So next issue, the King Omega. And then we get this stupid bracket, which means absolutely nothing. Because it's like, I didn't see Wonder Woman fight Batman. I
love it too. It's like
kill him, but yeah.
Joker beats Zatanna, and then Batman shows up, and then he doesn't fight Wonder Woman. It's just Darkseid. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's like Joker didn't get here. Okay, whatever. But hey, it was cool, man. It was a very cool concept. I didn't really care for this issue itself. And I don't know. What do you think, Warren? Like, are you disappointed with this issue, or maybe is it we need to see the last issue before we can really judge this?
We definitely have to do that.
Yeah.
It'll be, I think the last issue will be able to really because right now it feels more confusing than it does. I can say like, oh yeah, this whole thing's ruined now. Like, I want to know what happens in the next issue. I want to know how Scott Snyder is going to pull this all out and work this together. I just don't know, what they're building to. They had all this other stuff, and it's just like all of it just kind of got thrown off to the side. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I'll say that it's definitely interesting to the fact of it's not what we thought, and that's not always bad. Okay.
No.
I think a lot of people get that. And I think like, that's why, like when me and Bob talk about the Superman movie, and he said, he didn't like it because it's not what he wanted out of the Superman movie. And I was like, I understand that. And I get that, because you could build something up in your mind and it could be not fulfilling to that. Well, for me, I think a little bit differently. I go, this might not be what I wanted, but I'll see where it goes. And then after it ends, I'll judge it. And like with Bob, I only use that analogy. It's different with a movie because he saw the whole thing, and it's just, but the same thing with comics. You can build up an event in your mind thinking, I would want to see it go this way, and it doesn't. And then you could be disappointed, where I look at the whole ride that we took, because I've read, I have every single issue from this. Like, I could make an omnibus of floppies. And like I said, whenever the last book comes out, DCKO number 5, we'll sit here and we'll get the whole thing together, and I will show you guys the whole stack of everything in order. And it'll be fun to do. But, overall, I still enjoyed this ride, as it were. I still liked it. And I will be putting out Cyborg versus Swamp Thing, and Warren already did his Harley versus Zatanna, and we will get those last few out as quickly as possible. I will take some time tomorrow and make the Cyborg versus Swamp Thing, and we'll get that out there for the rest of the shorts so we can continue doing that. But Warren, what did you think, man? What did you think overall?
Overall, I'm still like you said, it's still a great event. I'm still invested. I want to see what's going to happen at the end. Like you said, just because it didn't go the way that you thought it would, I am a little bit disappointed, because I thought we were going to get to see some new new stuff that they were building up for. But it's there's still another issue left. Who knows what the size of that issue will be? And plus, too, sometimes Snyder events like this could be part one of a multifaceted event. Like his events move into each other. He did that with Batman. So this could be DCKO could be setting up this next event, and we just don't know it yet. So it'll be interesting to see how all of this turns out. So I'm definitely going to be here for the whole ride. And one issue doesn't ruin the whole event thing. It's just I do feel kind of disappointed with all of what Night Fight was doing, and then what we got. And I'm just kind of like, okay, well, this really didn't seem like it was absolutely necessary at all. But at the same time, though, it's been overall a good event. It's just these last couple of issues have just been kind of like gut punch. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah. So we're gonna move to our last segment that we do, and it's what did you get? And I'm going to just talk a little tiny bit about some of the books that I picked up. I got a bunch of stuff from last week that I didn't show, but so I got the new JSA number 16. I've been reading this. It's been great. They've been doing their year one. This is chapter 4 of year one. We also got the DCKO boss battle number 1, which is a lot of fun. I had Night Fight number 4. That I thought this was a great cover, but man, what a weird way to end Night Fight.
Yeah.
Now we got something really cool in the Amazing Spider-Man. I'm hoping that this gets better because it's got Joe Kelly and Romita Jr. So like really cool cover here. And we got Ultimate Wolverine number 14. So there's that. And I've been enjoying Ultimate Wolverine. And then, of course, there's Ultimate Endgame number 2.
Ooh, okay, that's out now. Nice.
Yes, so I got those, and then the other books that came out last week, which is like Absolute Superman number 16.
Oh yeah, the Hawkman battle.
And then you got the Batman here with Matt Fraction Batman. And we got Green Lantern, Absolute Green Lantern.
Okay.
So number 11. But those I'll have a bunch more to show off from the stuff that I got today, but it'll be here tomorrow. That's usually how it ends up being. So yeah, man. So Warren, what do you got going on the rest of the week there, bud?
Well, we got on Friday, we're going to be doing the last panel. And we're going to be going over the top 10 Friday the 13th movies. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then I'm going to, on Tuesday, will be another live draw stream. And I might be throwing some more live streams in there. I recently dropped a video about what I called the dumbest debate in comic books right now. And it's the writers versus artists debate, which comes up, like once or twice a year. And gets all of Twitter arguing over about something that's just really ridiculous. And I did a video on that. And as well, I got the first graphic novel printing of my comic book in.
We're going to be doing a show about the unboxing of that and talking the overall thing. I have what we're going to do for his, because Warren's a comic book creator. We're going to do a playlist. A section of videos for you guys where the first one is going to be me basically interviewing Warren about the process, where he came up with the idea, all the stuff like that. And then the next 4 videos will be us reviewing the graphic novel chapter by chapter. Because it's a big one, like some of them are like 70 pages long chapters. So, it's an in-depth book. It's worth getting into. So we'll do those 4 videos. And then afterwards, the last video in the playlist will be our overall thoughts on the book and overall thoughts on the printing of the graphic novel, how it looks, how it held up. Does he like it? Did Warren find it fulfilling? Because that's a huge achievement, guys. I mean, this is a massive achievement for him, and it's something that he should be very proud of. And we would love our audience to, really, really be into that. And I know this stream was very shorthanded because I didn't put it up way beforehand, because usually we have a lot more people in here. But I understand people not coming here 15 minutes before they saw the stream pop up. I get it. But we're going to want people to show up for those. And I think it'll be really cool to do. And I'm going to talk to him off screen about something. And we might have, if it's possible, we might have something in the works for a viewer. For someone watching the stream, we might have something in the works. And I will talk to him about it. If not, I will have something in the works for people watching. And but other than that, man, thank you guys for showing up. Really appreciate it. And you'll be able to catch us next week, where we will finally, we don't have a DC book to talk about because we are caught up on the DC books. So we will be doing Spider-Man and Wolverine.
Ooh.
Which is a great book that very few people are talking about, and I don't understand why.
It is a crime how little people are giving attention to this amazing series.
Yeah. So for Warren, I'm lapsed. You can call me Steve if you want to, but have a great night, everybody.